Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and happy new year. Welcome to the first weekly report for 2015. And as we're still talking about finance, must inform you that all advice within this report is of a general nature only and must not be misconstrued as personal advice. Okay, let's have a look at some charts now. And yes, we didn't have a report last week. We've had 3 public holidays and a few shortened days in between, and generally the market over those last 6 or 7 trading days has been very subdued. We've sort of been taking one step forward and then one step back, one step back, one step forward, and pretty much ending up where we were when you look back at around the 19th or 22nd of December. Certainly going into Christmas period, we did have a little bit of rally, but that's fallen away at the moment. So looking at our cover calls first, we did so over the last 2 weeks we actually did have one position change. Well, let's call it 1.1 because first up, NAB, we hit our profit target there on the 28th. Was it the 28th? Sorry, the 29th of December. We'll get to that one soon, and also on QB. But we're still in BHP. We've got the 31 strike puts holding our equity level there, and the action over last week has been a bit more promising. We're only about $1 away. We've seen a strong rally of almost $3 between the lows of the 16th of December and where it was about a week or so ago. So just looking for another push upwards that will see that trade above our bought put price and propel us into some profitability there. But yeah, just trying to turn the corner there on BHP, and you know the story. No need to elaborate on that again. Let's have a look now at Macquarie. Macquarie has been well, it did have quite a big sell-off in mid-December. We're actually still not quite above our entry price, but because of time decay, we are in a small profit there of just under 0.5%. We entered on the 26th of November, which is this one here, at just about $59.10, $59.15. So almost back to break even in terms of the underlying share price, but overall in a small profit because of the time decay. AMP's done quite nicely since we entered the trade around $5.27, which was on the 2nd of December. Is that right? 2nd of December? No, it must have been a little bit. Oh, that's right. We put the trade out on the 2nd of December, but we weren't filled until I think it was this day here, the 10th of December, entering around $5.40. And at the moment we're up about 2.5% on that trade, so that trade's doing quite nicely about 2 weeks into the trade. And then we have that entry on NAB. We only entered this on the 22nd, just before, a couple of days before Christmas, and already up 3.2%. Really just taking advantage of that push upwards we entered on this day over here, and that was at an underlying price of $32.22, and it was, as you can see, the share price has pushed about $1.30 above that. So quite nice push upwards there, which allowed the those that are originally on NAB to lock in that 5.41% profit there. That was on the 29th. We got out on this day here, and the share price just holding steady in the meantime. So we just want to see those that entered in mid to late December, see that figure push up to more towards 4%, and we'll take the early profit there. I did mention QB. We have the QB position there. We were able to, if you recall, we had the $11. We bought them back, and then we sold some 11.25s, and we hit 4.5% profit on this day here, just on the 30th. We're only able to get a handful of people out. The price action really just hit that 11.40 mark, which is what we needed. Probably need 11.41 to get everyone out, but it stopped. But it stopped around those levels without everyone being triggered. So and yes, just looking at the last day of trade on Friday, pulled back a bit, but perhaps today if we can see that 11.40 mark again, and everyone else can realise their profit. Alright, let's move over to the option only trades. Luca was looking a bit more promising about a week ago, pushing up to $6.40. Do want to see it around that $7 mark. Still a fair bit of distance away from that, but you can see with this rally here, moved up 80 cents in about 5 days. So a similar kind of move is what we need at this stage, whilst it's hanging around the $6 mark. Santos also did improve. It might just get there on Santos. We're looking for it to go above 8. I'll just put those levels there where our spread is, and it was getting quite tantalisingly close a few trading sessions ago. Got to a high of $8.53. Pulled back a little bit now, but we're aiming for that 8.75 and above there. But a lot of volatility, and that position looking a lot better than when it hit $7 about 2 weeks ago. What do we have next? We've got Newcrest. Newcrest has been very stubborn. We've seen gold really fluctuate over the last week or two, pulling down to around 11.70, then back up to 11.90. This was a more promising day here when it broke, pushed below $10.50 for the day, which is where we want to see it, but now it's back around that $10.80, $10.90. So we've got the $10.50 puts, and we really want to see it down in this range. A day like this, where it's around $10.20, would be perfect. The trade that we're closest to a profit target, which we almost hit last week, was on QB. We probably need about $11.45 or thereabouts to be triggered on this one, which is only a few cents where it was before last week, as mentioned. So that trade currently at about a 60% profit, but we're aiming for that 100% profit, which will be hit around that 11.45 mark. And lastly, CBA looks like it's halted its march upwards there. We entered on, I think it was this day here, looking for a bearish move or a bit of a pullback to its trend line. Still quite a relevant trade there. You can see the trend line, can see the trade move back to around the support around $83, which at the moment we've got the 83 to 84 strike position. So that would see the trade in a small profit, and with the share of CBA looking quite strong at this moment, any pullback would be appreciated just to square away that position and ideally take a bit of profit from the trade as well. Right, ladies and gents, I'll wrap it up there, but the theme of the moment, and it's like a lot of festive season and Christmas periods here in the market, a bit of one step forward, one step back, a little bit boring. Just have to wait patiently for our profit targets to be reached and look out for new opportunities, but at the moment it's a bit wishy-washy. Obviously a lot of traders are on breaks and on holidays, so a lot less liquidity and volume into the market, so direction has a lot less weight behind it. So we'll be looking out for opportunities. We're always manning the desk while the markets are on, so if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Otherwise we'll catch up with our next trade. Alright, ladies and gents, I'll wrap it up there, and have a great week. Thanks for your time.